Hello, everyone. Thank you for choosing this session. The program is insane this year. I know it was very difficult for you to decide where to join. I hope you will not regret it. Today, we will talk about relationships and the challenging relationships between the product owners and the testers. I know they're challenging. I know it from a tester perspective. For 18 years, I haven't worked with a good product owner myself. And then I knew it from a product owner perspective. I know how my teams felt about me as a product owner. We'll talk about the usual complaints. We'll talk about where those complaints originate from. I'll tell you my hardest lessons in my journey from a tester to a product owner. And I'll try to show you how testing skills actually are the first steps to finding the harmony in the team. So, quickly, what are the usual complaints you have heard other people to share about their product owners? You love your product owners, I know that. Come on, throw it at me. 1, 2, 3. They don't plan. What else? Strong deadlines. They don't? They don't prioritize properly. Poor user stories. My favorite. I come up with these for around 40 seconds. It took me more to write them down. There's around 20 things people complain about from their product owners. Development teams, testing teams, cross-functional teams. We hate our product owners. They're never prepared. They don't listen. Poor user stories. We feel as they are compromising quality for the sake of speed. Missing or vague acceptance criteria. And so forth and so forth. Now, I have remedies for each one of those, but we need one full week tutorial to learn how to fix them. So today we'll have a more generic approach. The problem originates in the lack of trust. We don't trust each other. Why we don't trust each other? Because we don't know each other's work. It turned out product owners and development teams, including testers, are completely different, have completely different mindsets. It's diametrically opposite perspective. It's completely different. How would we trust each other if we don't know the nature of each other's work? Product owners are not technical enough. You saw it there. Yes, they're not technical enough. Many product owners come from business, come from manufacturing, come from the domain. They're literally not technical enough. They're good at business. What to do then? What are the different perspectives? I'll go back later with what to do then. Product owners bet on assumptions. We don't know if the thing will work the way we're imagining it will work unless we see our end users using it for months in their native environment and validating all our assumptions. Clear requirements is a mythological creature. There's no such thing. You can nowadays, it's impossible. It's too dynamic. Then testers are working with facts. Testers, the testers, you'll hear me saying we many times, so it's very interesting. We, the testers, then it's we, the developers, then it's we, the product owners, so just bear with me. There are a lot of we's in my head. Testing row, it's a very comfortable place. Especially in old school companies, in big companies where testing is at the end of the life cycle, let's admit it, it's very comfortable. All decisions have been taken already for us. And those decisions are already facts. They're code deployed to the testing environments. We only need to check the facts. And at the same time, product owners work with assumptions. That's the first source of the disputes and disharmonies. We fear the unknown. The assumption is unknown. Product owners are pushing for speed. They don't give us enough time to refine and to come up with a little bit of facts and not start working on assumptions immediately. Sometimes they don't take ownership for their wrong assumptions and they blame the team. What trust? How would we trust each other? Going further, the second thing testers are taught is to always have expected results. We don't start testing if we don't have expected results. Even if we do exploratory testing, we always have expectations. Every next micro step we take in our exploration of the software, we have expected results. At the same time, product owners need to build incremental, smart, pragmatic strategies, how to validate their assumptions fast. Expected results, we want to have expected results about the facts versus working and betting on assumptions with strategy. I was mocked by my team for telling them, let's give it a try. Because it was always, okay, I don't have all the details, but let's give it a try, see if it will work. And then it turned out after a couple of months, I realized they're mocking me. Are we doing it or we'll give it a try? So they used it as a joke between them. Developers and testers don't like to give it a try. They want to be told very often, if the environment is like that, just tell me how you want it and I'll make it work. And it's fine. We want to step on solid grounds and not jump in muddy waters. It's instinctive. Going a little bit deeper, it's the progress versus perfection. Last year, I joked that probably I have reported around 5,000–6,000 bugs in my life. I have advocated for each of those bugs. I would never expect that we don't have time to fix the bugs. I was all about making it perfect. And then suddenly I had to prioritize all these bugs versus features. The hardest lesson was this one. The hardest lesson for me was that there are bugs we can live with, and some of them are features. There are bugs we can live with. Unless we see the user using the software and complaining about a bug, we would not know if they pay attention to it at all, or it's our perfectionist minds that want to have everything perfect. And after 16 years, I realized what actually high severity, low priority bug means. It's a very expensive technology improvement that I, as product owner, need to justify it. Yes, it's high severity, but we cannot do it right now. We have to progress with features. My team, and because I come from the testing community, the testers in the team hated me for that. I felt, and they perceived me as a traitor. How would you not prioritize fixing the bugs? They wouldn't believe it. I wouldn't believe it myself. It's a completely different perspective. The path to harmony. There are many paths, and because we're at the testing conference, I will tell you about how testing skills can lead to the path to harmony. If we were at an Agile conference, I will be pouring a lot of hate over product owners. But that's already settled. So, testers are good at many things. We've been trained. We are the best bug reporters. We know how good a bug report should be, how straightforward it should be, how well-structured it should be, how it should contain all necessary information for the developer to immediately visualize the fix and the line of code where they need to fix it only from the title of our bug report. My dear friends, product owners are not like that. And let's go back to the fact that many of them don't come from the engineering background. They come from economics, for example, or from law, or from insurance. They talk to people. They are completely different profiles. We want them to be straightforward. Well, help them. be straightforward. We're thorough. We always think, what if? Product owners always think how to get it out of the door as SAP. Again, last year I joked that none of us have seen a non-functional requirement. Do you think product owners have been trained and actually know what non-functional requirements are? Why do we expect them to be specific about non-functional requirements? They have never learned what non-functional requirement is. It's in the scope of testing. So what to do? Well, help them. Ask them, are you aware? Do you know what actually performance means? That it's not only how fast, it's also about the utilization of the resources. They don't know that. If you want us to make it really fast, we will need 2 more weeks to do refactoring and optimization. They have no idea. Poor and missing and vague acceptance criteria. The best way to come up with clear acceptance criteria out of a poorly written user story is to sit with your product owner and write the decision table. Do you think product owners have been trained what a decision table is? No, they haven't. They don't know what state transition diagram is. Many of them are not so tech savvy as we are. Well, help them. Sit with them, draw on a napkin the flow diagram, then open Excel and write the decision table. This is your acceptance criteria. You will help them, and they will learn it, and in a couple of sprints, they will not need you. Show them how you troubleshoot. When we don't see, you know what people fear? If I come to you like this, you will step back from me. You know why? Because you don't see my hands. I can be holding a rock or something. Show them your hands. Show your product owners how you work with your hands. Show how you troubleshoot. They will trust you, and you will trust them more. Developers are good at code quality. You don't repeat yourself. Product owners repeat a lot because they don't have all the information. They don't have all the information on time. They're never prepared. Help them. Dude, you're repeating yourself here. Not unclear scope, no clear priorities. Ask them, are we going to need that in the next sprint, or we're wasting our time right now? Why are we refining this story when we're not going to deliver it in 2 months? We don't need that. Ask them, are you sure we need that? Is it a deadline or a deadline? Just ask them. Show them how your engineering skills can actually improve the way they formulate user stories and scope and do prioritization. Pair, not pair, ensemble, or whatever you like. We all watch these Instagram, small TikTok videos where people are drawing. Have you watched this? Yes? No? Did I lose you? Yes. I find them fascinating. You know, they're very satisfying. People are drawing. It's so fascinating. If you're a UX designer and your product owner is always surprised that it takes you so much time to design something, well, record your screen. Speed it up and show your thought process. If you're troubleshooting a very critical, is it ready? Do you have the fix? Do we have the hot patch? Can you release it? The customer is complaining. Well, get the product owner next to you and show them how you do troubleshooting. Then they will know how much it actually takes to test. And also for the rest of the phases, the tasks and everything, just do things together so they can see your hands and you can see theirs. Help them write, and then we can build trust. Then we will know about each other. Then we will know what does it take to do our job. Build trust. And the final step is to remember that we are all humans. In the era of AI, human nature It's very, very important to remember and to sustain and to nurture, to remember that we need empathy. We need to be aware of each other. It takes tolerance, guidance, and patience from the entire cross-functional team if we want harmonious teams. Silos doesn't work. If it takes a whole cross-functional team to deliver working software, it also takes a whole cross-functional team to define what working software is. Thank you.
Thank you, Hristina, and yeah, for also taking the time, so we have time for questions. So let's see, please ask questions and rate the questions also. So first, which steps would you advise to take first for becoming a skilled product owner?
Writing and talking. You need to be very good communicator. That's the must, that's the first. You need to be able to articulate your ideas well with the team. You need to also be very good facilitator. You need to be able to channel the energy during refinement meetings in a productive way and get the best out of the discussion. You also need to be interested in the domains, because product management and product ownership is a lot about solving business cases. And you probably can work in healthcare and then insurance and then manufacturing and then whatnot. But what I've seen, and that's something that I've figured out myself, people that take a domain and get really good at and understand it deep, they become the best product owners. So pick a domain, get good at it, write well, structured, so your team loves you. Get technical. You need to be technical enough. There's no more excuse today not to learn about JavaScript APIs, databases, and cloud, and how everything works together. So make a path strategy, but pick a domain first. Something that's interesting for you.
Thank you. I think the next question is quite interesting. I also encountered this in my life. So how should I handle a situation where a PO says to me that testing is not necessary, we should release the feature as it is?
Richard Bradshaw did this experiment. He shared with us yesterday at the meetup. He didn't test for 2 sprints. He was almost, he flat out the most critical ones, but he left a good amount of bugs in there. He almost got fired. If you can take the risk, I will advise you to do that. Let them test. Let them demonstrate to you how it's not necessary to test. Or, again, invite them and show them how you're going to test and how you find 20 bugs for 20 minutes. They don't know your work. This is the essence. This is thank you for that questions. They don't understand what you're doing. They think it will all work out. So demonstrate what it is without testing and what it actually takes to test it.
Okay, the next question, which is rated, is that you made some good suggestions. How can we collaborate with POs? Do you have any tips on how to access their time? Availability is often a challenge.
Not available was there on the first right? They're never available. It's an organizational problem. I mean, they have to be available. If they're not available, then they're not doing their job right. Then it's their calendar problem. If they're interested, they will make the time. And they must be interested. So give it as on your 365 degrees annual feedback review that these guys are not available. You need them. Otherwise, why would you need them?
Okay, how do you, as a product owner, finally choose to prioritize technical depth instead of going for more features? POs think tech improvement won't bring money.
They cannot justify it. They don't understand it, and they cannot justify it. But the problem with quick and dirty solutions is that you're never going to fix them, and they will only pile up and speed development and speed release, and it's really difficult for non-technical person to realize that. And I had, you know, CPO level people saying, oh, these developers, they all only do refactoring. Yes, because for 3 years as a startup, you've made them to release all the time without taking care of any sanity and any hygiene in the code. And then we cannot release for 6 months. Yes, of course. It's a business problem. Keep talking, keep talking, keep talking. Demonstrate to them. See, if I have to fix bug in this class here, it will take me 3 days to clean up. We are not able to release quick fixes. We are not able to progress fast with features. It takes effort from both sides. It's not an easy thing. They're not an easy answer. But show them your hands.
Okay, so we have 2 more questions. So do you have an example where you had to return a ticket to the PO because you didn't have enough information, you didn't know what to test, and how did they react?
Watch my last year presentation. It's on YouTube. It could be one crappy sentence of a user story, and it's about collaborative work to make it a good requirement. So I will not take this further. Find me in the lobby to discuss, because many of us work on trivial software. Some of us work on innovation all the time, probably. But we use software all the time. We're the most tech-savvy users of software all the time. We have very good idea what good working software is. We have very good idea on the non-functional requirements. You don't need the 20 pages of signed off requirements to start working and to start testing, and most importantly, to start asking questions. Returning a ticket as a meeting invite. Come and discuss with us how we're going to approach this. This is how I would do it, as a meeting invite, not in Jira.
Okay, the next one is not really a question, but maybe you can add your ideas. So product owners also should have knowledge about the software development lifecycle. I think he or she should know what is NFR.
Yes, 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 but they don't initially. Very often they don't. Is it an organizational problem? Yes, but can we as testers and developers help them along the way and help them on board with the LSDLC and the technical part and show them, do you have up-to-date architectures? Do you have accessible, up-to-date diagrams of your architectures? Yes or no? Then what, how do you don't have it, where he or she, where the product owner will learn about your topology, will learn about the dependency. How would they trust you that when you say, I need to touch here, and then I need to do the fix here, and then I need 4 days of regression because it's all over the place? How would they know that? Even you don't know it. So yes, they should, but there's a starting point, and we all already have the knowledge. So use it, collaborate, help, talk, meeting invites. They'll find the time.
So everyone is applauding. So also for Hristina, please, a round of applause. Thank you. So thank you, Hristina.